beautiful people, welcome to my channel. This is Navigating Life with Yinka, and my channel is all about everyday living. So today we're making coconut concoction rice, low budget, and we're making this in Nigeria. The first step we did was to put the coconut on fire. This allows it to come off easily from the body of the coconut. So you want to put the coconut on fire for approximately about 7 to 10 minutes while turning it around. So after that, you break the coconut, and then we have all the ingredients ready on one side. Then this is the pot. You put your pot on fire and allow it to simmer until all the moisture is completely evaporated. You have to wait for the moisture to completely evaporate before you put in the next step. And yes, might I add, this is palm oil coconut concoction rice. So we're putting a little bit of twist on it today. This is the palm oil, and you just need 1 cup of palm oil. If you want more oil, you can do 1 cup and half, but here I was using my ancestors' knowledge my ancestors' inkling to tell me when is the right time to stop. And after putting the palm oil, you're going to wait for it to simmer on the fire for about 2 minutes. That's about 120 seconds. Yeah, so you leave it to simmer on fire for a while, and this is to bleach the oil and to make it not so red. So they also bleach the oil, palm oil, when you want to make ayamashi sauce, but that's not why we're here today. We're here for palm oil concoction coconut rice. And you can see there was power outage when I was making this food. There's no light in the kitchen. So yeah, this is our blended scotch bonnet pepper and onion. I used 1 onion, and I used about 500 naira worth of scotch bonnet pepper. Yoruba will call it rodo. What you have to do is you stir it until it incorporates. And when you're blending your scotch bonnet pepper, you're not going to add a lot of water, just very little water. I use wooden spatula for mixing my food because of the flavor, because it gives me a earthy feel as well. So yeah, you after putting in the scotch bonnet pepper and onion, you have to wait a bit while consistently stirring it so it doesn't burn. This is me waiting for the pepper to simmer, and when you know that this is done is when the oil floats to the surface of the pepper. So the oil has to float to the surface of the pepper for you to know that this is good. This step is very crucial because if you miss this step, your food is going to be very peppery. So what frying the pepper very well does for it is that it reduces the impact of the hotness of the pepper. So the pepper is more sweet and more easily consumable, as opposed to uncontrollably hot and inconvenient and uncomfortable. So mind you, all our ingredients have to have been arranged before you start, because once you start, it's a press play kind of process, so there's no time in between to be doing extra things. I was using my power bank to light my way, so that's why the lights fluctuate on and off for a while, so just bear with me. That's why it's a low budget palm oil coconut concoction rice. This is the blended tomatoes, so I added more water for the blended tomatoes, and this was on purpose. I didn't want to fry the tomatoes too much, so add your tomatoes and then stir. Just give it a very light stir, nothing too out of the ordinary, while keeping an eye on the palm oil, ensuring that it doesn't splatter all over your gas. We're giving it a very good stir. This food is usually best after like lectures, or you've had a stressful day. This is tomato paste. You're going to add this. Some people add this tomato paste before they add the normal tomatoes, and some people don't even add the paste at all. So I decided to add the tomato paste, and I just used half cup of tomato paste. So give it a good stir, and wait for the water to evaporate from the tomatoes and for the sauce to thicken before we move on to the next step. This food will be amazing after going through Nigerian sun and coming back, and then you're sitting down with this. Imagine having this with fresh pineapple juice. This is seasoning or Maggi cube, like we call it here. We just call it Maggi, but it's seasoning. So I added 4 of that. This is thyme. I added 1.5 teaspoon of thyme. Here is our salt, and this is 2 tablespoons of salt that I added to it. So here we're adding all our ingredients. This is the curry. We added 2 teaspoons of curry. So you can add the ingredients as the ancestors lead. There's no particular measurement. This is pomo or cowhide, which is the English name. So you have to wash your pomo very well to make sure that all the sand is gone from it. This is prawn. Add a little bit of seafood. So here you can add all the protein that you want to add. This is panla fish, and there's another fish here, but I do not know the name that is called. It's a dried brown fish. So if you know the name of this fish, please put it in the comment section below. And now we're going to give it a very good stir. So if you have any protein you want to add, this is the step when you add it. So we've fried our pepper, we've fried our tomato sauce, we've added our proteins, we've added our seasoning, and now we're incorporating all of the ingredients together. We're marrying the ingredients together, and you guys, I wish you can just smell what is wafting in this kitchen, because it's beginning to smell really, really good. It's beginning to smell delicious. My stomach is growling, just impatiently waiting for the aftermath. You can see I picked out. Also, one other step, ensure that your fish is deboned. This makes it easier for your food to be consumed, and it also helps to clear all obstruction. So debone your fish, please. This is coconut milk. Remember that coconut we put on fire in the first step? Yes, you blend the coconut with a lot of water. So what I did is I added the chaff of the coconut. Usually some people add the chaff after the rice is done, but I said no, I want it to have the flavor. I want the flavor to come out well into the rice. I want it to incorporate well. So you blend the coconut with a lot of water, then pour it in this step and give it a very good mix it thoroughly. This is me tasting the sauce, and I can just say one word: yummy. It is beginning to come together. So this recipe is very good for when you're on a budget. It's very, very good. The panla fish I used was 1,000 naira. Some of the ingredients I already had in the house. Then your rice, you need to wash your rice very well to make sure that you remove all the carbohydrates from it. Wash it very, very well. Also, there is a step before we added the rice. You have to, after putting your coconut milk mixture, you have to let it simmer for about 5 to 8 minutes. You bring it to a boil before you add your rice. This is so that the ingredients incorporate together. So we have all our protein, all our seasoning in there, and now we've added the rice. So you're just going to stir it lightly. It's beginning to smell like Christmas, guys. It's beginning to smell like Christmas. Let me know if you're going to be trying out this recipe. Put it down below. And if you have any question, put it down below, and I'm going to answer it as soon as I see it. So give it a good mix and then cover it. So if you want your rice not to overflow, because this food is about 6 cup of rice. So this is 6 cup of rice that I did. So what you are going to do is you put foil around the lid of the pot. Here is our vegetable, because I mean we have to add a little bit of plantain there. So here's our vegetable. Here is ugu to marry the sauce together, marry the rice together, and ensure that when you're folding it in, when you're mixing the food, don't apply too much pressure so you don't make your rice mush. You just lightly take it from under and turn it over. So we're just trying to incorporate the vegetable into the rice. And guys, as soon as you add your ugu into the rice, it should, within 60 seconds, put it down from the fire. Look at what I said about putting tin foil around the lid of the pot. And that is the end of our recording. Thank you so much. I love you. Mwah.